Hi, I am Osman. I'm an energy healer on a master level and also with telepathic capabilities. I specialize in critical care recovery and terminal illnesses. I am also an advanced level yoga and meditation teacher. Be sure to visit my website yogawellness786.com for more information on my services. Also, remember my therapies are not a replacement for medical treatment. An important component for success is knowing your why or your purpose, having a purpose, right? So, this is something that I always used to hear, that when you are not succeeding, it is maybe you don't have a strong enough why, or you need to find your why, or you need to find your purpose. And that statement was very vague for decades for me. And I say, what is the real why? And it wasn't clicking with me. Yes, I know what is a why. I know what is a purpose, right? I know that you have to have a underlying, must be a reason why you're doing something, right? And the reason must be strong enough, right? But I didn't put two and two together until I recently heard someone in one of the podcasts that says the reason you're going to succeed is if you have a purpose. And that purpose, the secret to a purpose, is you must have someone that you are doing it for, that you love so much, and you are so intense about that person. And this will give you the purpose. This is the secret to the purpose. And when I reflect, there were things that I achieved because I wanted to prove a point. There was a girl that I absolutely was head over heels, crushed over, had a crush, you can say, or thought I was in love with that person. And that person did not reciprocate and did not want me. And I wanted to prove myself that I am worthy of her. And I, am someone that I wanted to, break all odds. And I studied very hard, and against every odd, I managed to get admitted into the medical university to become, a doctor. And when she did not still reciprocate after I got admittance, into the medical university and so forth, and I saw that, I was not going to obtain her, and she was not interested in me anymore. You know, it was very disappointing, but I would say she was the reason that propelled me to that. And then when I was struggling in business, there was a stage where I was struggling, a long time, about 6 years in business, struggling, and someone insulted me like I am a failure and a loser. And that made me determined and angry that if it's the last thing I do, I'm going to show her that I'm not a failure and not a loser, right? And things just started to work because that spark pushed me, and I started to earn money that I didn't imagine was possible, although it was a dream that I would like to have attained that, but I attained it very fast, right? To be able to earn $1 million a month, and I was earning less than a secretary. And within, I think, within a few months, I was earning $1 million a month, and that was from someone saying it. So there must be someone behind your purpose, a person that instigates you either positively like you love that person or they touched the wrong chord and you want to prove that you are not that, and you convinced that you are not that, right? And you are determined, not only determined, you are resolved to succeed. And the resolve principle comes from the Tony Robbins courses. He says a lot of people make decisions, and decisions are not enough. You decide, yes, I'm going to lose weight, and this is what, oh, I'm going to quit smoking, right? But you resolve. When you resolve is when you're going to happen. So I tried to quit smoking so long. I've quit smoking successfully now. It's going to be 18 years soon. In just over a month's time, it's going to be 18 years since I've quit smoking. And I tried many times to quit it over a period of years, right? Maybe over a decade to try to quit it. And I always failed until the one day I resolved. I said, I'm quitting, and this time, no matter how much I crave for it, I'm going to choose death, to die of withdrawal symptoms for a cigarette, than to take another cigarette again. And with that resolve, I said, I will not put light another cigarette, or draw another cigarette into my lungs again for the rest of my life. And no matter how I craved for it, I didn't touch it, and the cravings did not leave me for, I would say, a period of 7 years. So of course I wasn't craving as strongly for it as as the first few days and first few weeks. But whenever someone lit up, the memory and that feeling, used to overpower me, and I really wanted to light one up myself, right? For 7 years, but I said, I made that promise to myself. It's better I die from this craving than to touch one again, right? That's how, I succeeded. So I would say a big secret to the purpose is to have someone. And when I quit was during my first divorce, when I divorced my wife, and she said that I will regret, losing her, and I will not find someone like her. And she also implied that the reason for my success was her. I said, I don't care, I don't make money or don't do anything, but at least I've quit smoking and quit drinking and become a better man, right? If this is the last thing I will do, I will prove. And that was the reason behind my resolve to quit smoking, right? To prove a point that I don't want her to feel like I went backwards in life after I divorced her. I want to show her that at least I went positive, because I was, you could say, certifiably an alcoholic. Not a certified alcoholic, but certifiably at that time. I could have very easily been certified, although I did, visit, my doctor and psychologist who I trusted, and did various testing, and he says, no, I'm not. It's just that I abuse alcohol. But when it comes to work, I worked. I never, I never let alcohol interfere with my business or my work or my responsibilities, or my exercise habits or my dietary habits. And I did it, in times when when I could relax, or in the weekends, and I enjoyed relaxing with it. Who doesn't? Because it makes you feel good, right? And I enjoyed it, but not interfering negatively in my business or my business success, or making money, or responsibilities to my family and so forth, right? So it didn't affect me that way, but certifiably. And till this day, there's so many people. Now, it's almost 19 years since I quit drinking, and almost 18 years since I quit smoking. The reason that 1 year apart, I didn't want to quit both at the same time. I said, if I can quit alcohol and remain alcohol free and still alive after 12 months, because I believed that because I drank so regularly, that maybe I may die without alcohol, right? And if I'm still alive 12 months later, then I'll quit smoking. And and I kept to that promise, 12 months later, I quit again, and kept to that resolve. So the purpose is always tied to a person. So you need to find someone special that you're doing something for, that just to achieve a goal is not possible. You set the goal, you can apply all the principles. You don't have a purpose, you don't have someone behind that intensity of that resolve. It's very difficult to achieve, especially difficult goals. So I would say the reason to achieve the impossible is, especially from people, from media, from the banks, the way the banks treat you and they insult you, and that can give you a resolve. It's the last thing you're going to do. You're going to show that bank that you can earn so much of money that the bank cannot handle that level of money, and especially when you're struggling and the bank treats you like dirt, and they don't not prepared to even give you, even a single dollar in overdraft. You can't even buy a small item on credit. That's the lowest installment. And you get, declined, a clothing account, a retail store credit, and so forth. Then that like resolves you, uh, into showing, and it must strike something deep within you, resonate something deep within you. Usually it's related to a person, right? So this is the secret to one of the big secrets of success. There are many other things, of course. That alone is insufficient, right? There's so many aspects to success. And I hope that information helps you. And take care of yourself always.